This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Enzo Maccarinelli, thank you again.
Hey Steve, you all right, mate?
I am, Enzo. Thank you very much for pulling me out of the class with this one.
Well, it's a bit better than a 5 o'clock in the morning phone call off you, Steve.
Yeah, we'll wait for the next one. Enzo, we've just seen Anthony Yarde stopped in the 8th round. What a fight that was.
Great fight, mate. Great performance by Yarde as well. I think the judges had Yarde in front. Me personally, I had Beterbiev in front. He was just that. He had a little bit extra every time. What he done? He made Yarde panic throw. But what I mean by panic throw, he was making Yarde throw against his will. He was being panicked into throwing shots. The subtlety where he cut the ring down, he was positioning Yarde into corners. That's something Yarde's never had to experience before. And it was at times where he looked out of his depth. I wouldn't say out of his depth in a big way. It was just certain parts of the fight where he could not adjust to what Beterbiev was doing. Then he would come back with his own shots. He realised that Beterbiev was going to his right all the time off the shot. He was catching him at a left or counter. Terrific performance by Yarde. 10 out of 10, but just shows you how good Artur Beterbiev is.
Where would you rate that as a British performance, Enzo? Because a lot of people beforehand said it was a mismatch.
It was a great performance, mate. Where it's going to rank, I don't know, but it was an absolutely great performance. He proved a lot of people wrong. He showed he had plenty of heart, but he also showed he had a lot of skill as well. And he've had a lot of naysayers for the level of opponent he's boxed, but he stepped up before Kovalev out in Russia. Didn't go his way. That level was just a bit too much. Today, he boxed arguably the number one. And after, it could be a Beterbiev or Bivol, but he's arguably number one with 3 belts. And he just shows he belongs at this level. Just unfortunate for him at this moment in time. It's Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol that hold the belts.
He hurt Beterbiev a couple of times, Enzo. What was just that little bit missing to actually get him out of there?
Well, you say hurt. If you think about it, I think it was the round where he caught Beterbiev with the right hand, and Beterbiev was going back, and the commentator was saying, "Oh, he's hurt him. He's gone on a back foot." But if you watch him, a great fighter will go, a great attacking fighter will only go back for a reason. Yeah. And that reason he went back, he was timing Yarde. He got caught with a shot. Yarde sort of stepped on the pace, he pushed him back. But you could watch Beterbiev, he was going back, he was manoeuvring where he wanted to. And just before the end of the round, I think 10 seconds, he caught Yarde with the right hand. So for me, yes, he got stunned. I don't think he was hurt. I think he got stunned. He felt a bit of power. He thought, I'll go back now. And he just drew Yarde on the shots. And that's just an experience of all the amateur experience you've had over the years, the professional experience. But like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Yarde. I thought he was absolutely terrific. And, he's 31. He's still got a few years ahead of him. Beterbiev, I haven't got a few years ahead of him, 38, 39 this week, I think. You have a boy in the studio there, Joshua Boazzi. What a fight him and Yarde would be. What a fight him and Beterbiev would be.
Yeah. The stoppage, Enzo, great stoppage.
Yeah, Tundi, you've had his naysayers as well. I thought he prepared Yarde well tonight. And I thought the timing was right. Yarde complained, as all fighters would do. But I thought the timing was right. I think he saved his boy from getting hurt. It was technically Steve Gray didn't have to allow that to carry on because he didn't raise his hands, he didn't walk forward, he walked back to the corner, he didn't look at the referee. So technically Steve Gray was in his right to stop the fight then. He let the fight go on. And we don't want to see no one get hurt. And I thought Tundi showed that he put his fighter first tonight.
A lot of talk, Enzo, Beterbiev against Bivol or Canelo next.
Canelo doesn't beat Bivol. He doesn't beat Bivol. Bivol's all wrong for him. I don't think Canelo beats Beterbiev either. But he has a lot more chance against Beterbiev than he has against Bivol. I'm not saying Bivol beats Beterbiev.
Yeah.
I'm just saying styles make fights, and I think Beterbiev is there for Canelo to counter. I think Beterbiev is ultimately too strong. He's a natural light heavy, and you could see the way Canelo's shots weren't affecting Bivol in the slightest, so an extra strength. And I think Beterbiev will be the same. So for me, if Top Rank and Matchroom can get together and get a fight with Beterbiev and Bivol, what a fight that would be. Brilliant. That's what we're missing at the moment, Steve. We're missing these top boys wanting to fight each other.
100%, Enzo. Enzo, I know it's late, so a couple of quick ones. Just before Yarde and Beterbiev got in the ring. What's that?
I missed what you said then, Steve.
Sorry, Enzo, I'm just saying it's late, so just a couple of quick ones if I can.
Yeah, okay, mate, no problem at all.
Just before that fight, we saw Jake Paul and Tommy Fury get in the ring with a bit of pantomime. Can I ask what your thoughts on that are, Enzo?
It is what it is, mate. Boxing in this day and age, it's a business. And, you know, it's about some fighters want the money, some fighters want the titles. Obviously, Tommy Fury wants the money. Jake Paul's doing what he's doing. He sees he's been criticised for not fighting a pro boxer. He sees something in Tommy Fury he thinks he can beat. That's why he wants Tommy Fury. He won't be picking anyone who a concussive hitter or things like that. He's looking at Tommy Fury fighting these taxi drivers, like he says, and he sees something in them. And, you know, it's on paper, it's a well-matched fight. Because, you know, Fury has a bit of amateur experience. Yes, Paul hasn't. I might get criticised for saying this, but on the records, the best win on their record is Jake Paul beating Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
And I'm not rating Anderson Silva as a brilliant pro boxer, because he's not. But I still think he beats everyone on Tommy Fury's records.
Yeah.
Because he's been handled like most young prospects do, like most young fighters do. He gets brought in the cannon fodder, should we say? So it's an interesting fight. You know, it's not my cup of tea. I won't be if I was me. But then you look at what's Tommy Fury? Was it his 8th, 9th fight, 10th fight?
This will be his 9th fight. Yeah.
No, he got no amateur schooling, so to speak. You know, he hasn't come from an Olympic medal. He's not earning great money, apart from being Fury's brother. He's not earning great money. So in his 9th fight, as a prospect, he's fighting for, shall we say, $1 million. Why wouldn't he?
Exactly. Enzo, last one, just a quick look back at last week. Liam Smith and Chris Eubank. There's been a little bit of a controversy whether there was an elbow involved. Just your thoughts on that one?
There was an elbow involved, but it was very slight, and it's come off a left hook. Yeah. So the left hook has landed, the uppercut has landed, and that's part of boxing. The elbow hasn't put him over. It's just part of the fight, and I think the best man. I couldn't believe when I was reading that people were saying it was going to be a major upset if Liam Smith won. Liam Smith was the most well-schooled out of the two. He was the experienced fighter. He's been there, and I don't think Roy Jones, as good as he was as a boxer, and he might well be a brilliant trainer, that style doesn't suit Eubank Jr. Eubank Jr., he has a solid base. He comes forward. He's strong. He's solid. When he fights that style, he's relaxed. He got his chin. He pulls back with his chin in the air. It's all foreign to him. And on the night, the better man won. As for the elbow, like we went back to, they making complaints and they want it overturned. That's all part of the selling the rematch. That's all part of the selling the rematch. That's all that is surely the Sauron's been in this game long enough. They know that's not going to be overturned. there's no way that elbow caused the win of the fight. The better man won that night.
Well said. Enzo, when will we next see you again? Either behind the mic or even just in the crowd?
I don't know, mate. Well, I've got my pro license now. And Gary Lockett pretty much forced me into it. There's a boy, Conor McIntosh, he's fighting in 2 weeks in a Welsh title fight. So he asked me would I train him. So I've been enjoying that. Right. As for the mic, everyone loves me on the mic. I like to think I have good analysis. I like to think I break things down well. But unfortunately, I think I tell the truth too much. And there's certain companies don't like that. You like it, the public like it, but the companies don't.
Well said, Enzo. Enzo, I'll let you get back to the family. Really do appreciate it, Enzo. And I'll speak to you soon, mate. And I owe you a cup of coffee.
Top man, ta-ra, buddy.
All right, you take care, Enzo.